Hello my darlings. Start again. Hello my darlings. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm fine and dandy and all that. I think it's about 7:30, 7:45, but it's still light outside and you can hear the birds. The birds are still making a noise. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is well, a company reached out to me called Sinocare, and this is them, Sinocare, and they said to me, would I like to try their blood glucose meter with all the bits and bobs that goes with it, obviously because they've seen my channel and I jibber jabber about me old diabetes and all that. So I said, well, yeah, it's because it's funny, which I will show you the old version. I use their old version, and so now I've got a new version, right? So I will show you all that. Also, I did ask any of you if you had any questions for me, but it seems that only Lisa had questions. So I will answer your questions, Lisa. And other than that, I mean, I think there's a few other people that do have the old diabetes like me. So I will just go through, obviously, how it affects me, how my medication affects me. I've got some of my medication here with me to show you, and I will do my blood sugars. Now today I took my blood sugars and I think, do you know what, I think it was 14.3. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I get, what you get with this. Now this is the, you know me, I have to write everything down. This is the this is the Sinocare Safe AQ Pro Blood Sugar Monitor Testing Kit. It's got a blood ketone warning signals, and I got with it test strips, which I think is 25, and lance devices 25. Carry case, memory results in MMOL. You get all the instructions and all that malarkey. It is from Amazon and it's $12.79. And obviously, once I've done the video, I will link everything you need to know if you want to purchase this from Amazon. I think it was $15.99 and now it's $12.79, which is, well, it's cheap, isn't it? I mean, it's spare cheap. Do you know what I mean? I mean, my ciggies cost more. They're like, you know, you shouldn't be having ciggies. I'm like, I know, but I do. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, it says it on there. Ketone warning, wide HCT range, 10% to 70%. They're like, Lisa, what does that mean? 500 of results memory and 5S for result. Now, I'm a little bit naughty because really I should read up, but I don't. But anyway, anything you need to know is on the box, as they say. Does what it says on the tin. We'll just get anyway. So, like I say, I'll show you what I got in the box. So it comes with a little carry case, which I've already got from the old Sinocare, and then we've got the meter, the blood glucose meter there. Now, you can set the time, the date, and all that on there, but up to now, I haven't. I will, but I haven't done it yet. But it's pretty easy. Like I say, it comes with full instructions. So that's the meter. This is the little device that pricks your finger, like Cinderella, in my stomach. I'm really sorry, it's working its way right round. I'm so sorry. It's going blah, 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 blah. I mean, I've been on the loo again all day. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is what your little needles, they're not needles, they're lancets. What your lancets go in, obviously. And then you get 25p. Oh, I'm lying. It's 50 pieces then, isn't it? Yeah, so you get 50. That's good. That's really good, because if you go online and buy these test strips, they're 1 in 12 quid for like 100 test strips. You're getting all of this for $12.79. Tell me that's not. I can't believe that. I just thought it was 25. Yeah, so you get your test strips, and then you get your Sinocare. Remember, this is all Sinocare. Your little lancets, like so. They look like this. And also you get your full blood glucose monitoring system. Shows you, I've folded it over there because when I finish this video I'm going to set the time and the date and all that malarkey. But it tells you how to, everything really easy, step by step. Tells you about like all different, well, it just tells you everything really. It's a really good little booklet. And then you get the blood glucose meter quick guide you get in there. Then your little lancets and that quick guide. And this is this just tells you, I think, about precautions, testing methods, environment stuff, stuff like that. And then this tells you, well, told me today, because I think I was a 14.3 or 14.6, it might be on there, I'll have a look. And my gallbladder's hurt me always, I just sat down. So it shows you here, the red is low, the blue is normal, the green is borderline, the blue, dark blue is high, and the yellow is dangerous. And so I was in this category today of dangerous. It says normal means the normal blood glucose level of a healthy person. So I would gather that of a healthy person, they mean somebody who doesn't have diabetes. This card is for reference only. Ask your doctor for exactly what your blood sugar levels indicate. So that's your little card. But these are really good to have. If you have diabetes, these are really good to have, because then when you test yourself, you can have a look and go, I'm either all right or not so good. And really, when you have your diabetes, you should be doing a diary. Yeah, I've got a little diary. Should I say a big diary? But anyway, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to test myself now. So listen, if you are squeamish and you don't like needles, fast forward. Now, I would put in a timestamp, but you know me. So just fast forward if you are squeamish. Well, I probably won't let you, no, I won't let you see me actually prick my finger. You'll hear it, but you won't see it. All right? Oh, hang on a minute. Right, okay. Right, so let's get this started. Let's get this party started, all right? Right, 1 minute. Right, so here I have a test strip. That's what it looks like. And this is the meter. So I'm going to put my test strip in. To be honest, self-explanatory. Let me tell you, it's so easy. Right, so all these little numbers come up, but then it will start flashing, which means it's ready for me to prick my finger and test it. So here we go. I will show you quickly. I know that some people don't like the sight of blood, don't pass out. Right, so I've put it on there and it will count down. Right, okay, so I have taken my meds, so it's a bit oh, hang on, 1 minute. You know, Lisa's not come prepared, as usual. No, I've got some tissue there. So it's 10.3 at the moment. But like I say, I have taken my meds. So that's not too bad. Having said that as well, I've really not eaten too much today. I've had 2 slices of toast with Marmite and peanut butter on, and then I just had a French stick with hot dogs and a few onions. But the hot dogs kept falling out, and so I sort of ate them and didn't really eat the bread. So in theory, I've had really 4 hot dog sausages, frankfurters rather, and a few onions and 2 bits of toast all day. So that's not a lot. But this morning, so it does say it has the memory. Should we go and have a look? Let's have a look if it shows the memory. I know it's telling me to silly cow, it's telling me to set the time. Hang on. Right, let me look at the memory 1 minute. Right, so I was slightly wrong. What was done this morning was 14.7. So according to that thing there, that's really dangerous. So, but that was before I took my metformin and my glimepiride. So, but when you think I'd not even eaten, so no, hang on, No, I'd had my toast and then I did that. I beg your pardon. So I did have my toast like that, but it's still really, really high. So I'll see what it is. But you've got to try and see if you recover. So like before I go to bed, I'll do it again. And if I don't eat anything else, it will recover. But that actually is quite a low reading for me. Usually I'm always between the 14s, sometimes 19, 20. I've been as high as 20. Was it 28 one time? 23 and 28. So I have been extremely, extremely high. But like I say, this is an absolutely brilliant kit. And for the whole kit, like I say, you're getting the whole kit for so cheap. The test strips cost that alone. So it's worth it. And this one, because I'll show you my old Sinocare one, which is this one. This is a red meter, and obviously these are different. Look, they're Sinocare, but they're just different, slightly different, but same lancets, which look like that, all the same. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to get into a few things about the diabetes. And like I say, this Sinocare, it's a leading diabetes management company, and it's high quality, affordable blood glucose monitor device. I had to write it down, you know what I'm like, yeah. So it is from Amazon. I will link everything you need to know in the description box down below. If you do have diabetes, seriously, I'll say I had Sinocare before. I really like the brand anyway. So when they reached out to me, I was like, well, I've already got your stuff, so that's the stuff that I was using anyway. So I was quite happy when they sent me this. This is just the new higher tech sort of. But you know, I think this one before I paid about 15 quid for. So at the moment you're getting it even cheaper. And like I say, just for the lancets and the test strips is usually dearer than that. So for £12.79 you can't keep wrong. From Amazon, I will list Sinocare down below for you to go and check them out. If you are diabetic, I do advise that you really should keep on top. I'm not a doctor, so, you know, I don't want any doctors coming for me and saying anything. I'm just going on my own personal experiences and how I find living with type 2 diabetes, because that's what I have, type 2 diabetes. And I do think that you do need to, you know, I'm not saying all the time, you don't have to do it every day if you don't want, but now and again, you know, keep on track. Oh, beg your pardon, what animal? Keep on track of your blood sugars to see what they are. Anyway, so what else did I want to say? Right, so before I answer the questions, I'll get into it. So I got my diabetes, I think it was about 7 years ago. Now, what happened was I'd noticed that I was extremely tired. I mean, you know, I'm always tired now, but I mean, I was extremely tired, and drinking and weeing a lot. So that sort of goes hand in hand. I have to put this on. I'm so sorry, I'm sweating. In the UK today, it's pretty humid. Now I look like Marilyn, all right? So, yeah, so it sort of comes hand in hand. You do a lot of, you know, wee-wees and a lot of drinking, and I was ever so tired. Anyway, I went and had some tests, and they said, yeah, you've got type 2 diabetes. Now, I do think before that, I was told that I potentially, it was such a long time ago, but potentially could be pre-diabetic. But you see, the problem is with diabetes, but then again, I could say that the problem with all medical aspects, do you know what they all going to say to you every time? You're too big, you got to lose, you know, you got to lose the timber. Making noise, isn't it? It's like rattling everywhere, but I might have to put it back on again in a minute. So, you know, they put that down to everything. Now, they did want to give me a gastric bypass because I was 2-3 stone heavier than I am now. This was before COVID. And then I was thinking about it. I'm in an RN. They said you need to lose a stone first, or whatever it was. It was something like that. Don't quote me on it. But then after COVID happened, I never heard from them again. So I don't know. But that's either in or there, because I don't really want a gastric band anyway. Look at my peach fuzz. You know, I'm just putting it out there. I need to do some peach fuzzing. But yeah, so they started me off on... Right, here we go. Are you ready? Now, I'm going to show you some of my pills, yeah? So, this is a few bits and bobs in here, which I'll show you in a minute. I'm not going to show you all my pills. I'm going to show you some of my pills, all right? Because I've got to pick actually, I was meant to have picked some up from the pharmacy yesterday, and they texted me saying you still ain't got them. I've got to get them, so I've run out. So they, right, whew. Right, first of all, these are the dreaded metformin. Now, they're 1,000 milligrams, and I take metformin 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 at night. I take them in the morning with 4 milligrams of glimepiride. So 1 in the morning of these and 1 in the morning of the glimepiride. Then over night time, let me find the 2 mils, the 2 mgs. Now that's me TB. That's the thing, you know, look, everywhere you look, right, there's just pills. So there's a box in here, pills in here. This is my other box. So, and I've still got, look, they're filled up. I've still got more to pick up. I'm rattling, let me tell you. Oh, sod it, I've just knocked them all out. And some in here. So, over night time, hang on, let's get this open. So, over night time, of course, I'm going to be taking another one of those, which is, I was just showing you my new ones. These are ones that I've already been broken into. So, I'll take another one of these, 1,000 milligrams. And then I just take a 2 milligram glimepiride. So these are my diabetic medications. I have got others obviously in here. Oh, got so many. Look, others in here. There's too much to go through and show you all of them. If anyone is interested in seeing some of my pills and what they're for, then I will. But at the moment, I'm just showing you my diabetes ones. Now, I could say, but they're not. I was going to say, because I've got pravastatin as well, and one's called Tibi, and they are to lower your cholesterol, all right? But I'll tell you what, this bag's now got stuck. Stupid thing. That's it. But like I say, now let me tell you, these are glucophage, they are metformin. Now they are the only ones that I would say tolerate, because the other ones, any other ones that they've given me, I've just not been able to tolerate them at all. The only problem with these is the batty, because it makes it, I would say, 100 times worse. Now, I have the most severe irritable bowel syndrome. The hospital say it's post-operative irritable bowel syndrome, post-operative being when I had Callie, because I was pretty healthy until I had Cal, and then it started off on the blood pressure tablets, and I had preeclampsia, and it just went from bad to worse, and then, you know, later all, you know, 30 odd, whatever, 40 odd pills down the line. So I think, because what happens, they'll give you one pill, which will help you, then they'll chuck you, then you'll get something wrong with you, then they'll chuck in another pill to combat what's happened to you there, and then so on and so forth. Something else wrong with you, another pill. Something else wrong with you, another pill. Something else wrong with you, another pill. And this is what happens. And then later on, you're left with not only diabetes, but I've got fatty liver disease. I, as you know, got gallbladder problems. The bowels, forget it. Forget it. The bowels are the bane of my life. They rule my life. I hate them. I sometimes feel like I want to go in my stomach and rip it out. Literally just rip it out. I just want to rip it out, because I hate it so much. It rules my life. It's ruined my life for 20... You imagine 24 years of your life having to know where all the toilets are. And then on top of that, you have a bad fear of germs and phobia because you've got obsessive compulsive disorder. And then you've got to go into public toilets because you know when you've got a stomach bug and sickness and diarrhea, can you hold it? The answer to that is no. I have no different of the feeling as if I have a sickness bug. So if I don't, I'm going to shite myself. It is as simple as that. So, what's this? Ah, this was what I had to do for my, well, because I had to come off the, as you know, the semaglutide I was put on, which is Monjaro, it didn't agree with me. It made my stomach, if it could be any worse, it made it worse, even worse, if there is such a thing, because mine is, ugh. But so I got in contact with Jo Haratnam, I think her name is, if I'm saying it right, I will pronounce it right, her secretary, and she said I needed to do a week monitoring. So this is what I did, and this was my blood sugars. So I can actually tell you some of them. So before food was 8.5, that was pretty good. And then before breakfast 8.2, and then before food, which was dinner time, 13.7, and before bed was 12.9. So not too bad. And then we got an 8.1, 8.1, 8.3, 13.8. Then we've got 8.7, 8.6, 8.7, 13.4. This one was really high. This went, and this was before bed. This was a 7.9, 8.2, 15.5. And then this one was a 9.7. And for some reason I didn't do the other two. That went up to 14.4 before bed. So that means that I hadn't recovered. So even though I'd had my metformin and my glimepiride, it don't seem like I'd recovered, because 14.4 is high blood sugars. When they tested my wee, they literally said it is just swimming in glucose. Anyway, so like I say, I was on about the semaglutide, so I'm waiting to hear from, she should have phoned me by now, because that was for her, and she's already had it, and I've not heard from her, the secretary. What's her name? Rosie, I think. Was it Rosie? I think it was Rosie. So Rosie, if you're watching, can you give me a bell? Anyway, so Lisa, one of my subscribers, unfortunately, hello Lisa, she has just started on the dreaded metformin, and she said, so there was a couple of questions that she had asked. She wanted to know how I manage my sugar levels, and when I know, you know, what's that? How I manage my sugar levels and when it's too low. Sorry Lisa, I can't even read my own writing. Right, how do I manage my sugar levels? Well, clearly I don't. I am the reason I have diabetes. I am the reason. I am the sole reason I have diabetes, because I don't eat the right things. I don't eat a lot, but I don't eat the right things. And I hold my hands up to it. There's no point, you know, there's no point sugarcoating a turd. I've got to tell the truth. I'm not going to sit here and try and say, oh, well, I don't know why, because I don't eat the wrong things. I do eat the wrong things, but I don't eat a lot. Now, today I've done ever so well. So today I would say I've done really good, and I've not really eaten anything I shouldn't. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know when you'll see this, but tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is my cheating day. So if I want 7 ginger nuts, I'm having them. If I want 6 McVitie's digestives, I'm having them. I bought a flake for tomorrow, so I'll have whatever I want. And then sometimes it gets to the evening and I feel so sick because I've had things I shouldn't have, and it makes me terribly ill. Makes me feel really rough, but I keep doing it still. Friday's my cheating day, and I'm like, no, I'm having it. So, you know, with my blood sugars, I don't think I do manage them. The best way to manage them, though, is to buy a kit. And this kit is amazing. Like I say, I've had Sinocare. That was my kit. This is my old Sinocare in now. And this will tell you, because if you test yourself, you're going to know what your blood sugars are. And it gives you all the instructions in there. Like there's the manual and everything. It will tell you, you know, when you should take it. Not when you should take it, but like, what am I trying to say? Not when you should take it. It will just tell you, obviously, with that thing, what range you're in. And I would just say, yeah, if you take it, you don't have to test all the time, but just test, you know, maybe once a day or a couple of times a day. Well, just for a week. Get get a little diabetic diary just for a week and see how you go. So keeping my blood sugars low, that's a task in itself. Do I find it longer to heal for cuts and bruises? You do. Right. Now, what you'll find is that you, well, for me anyway, I seem to bleed a bit longer than I would. So I'm not going to press this now. This is where I just done the lance. So it should really be have healed by now, but I'm thinking if I press it, I might be able to get, I'm not going to press it, but if I press it either side quite hard, I probably could still get some blood coming out, and it should have stopped by now. And bruising, you will bruise for ages. Even if you just have like a blood test, the bruise will, it just seems to be there like forever. And the bruises seem to be bigger as well, like, and they go very like purpley, bluey, orangey, greeny, all these yellowy, all these cut a bit like this bleeding lipstick I've put on. I don't know, I think I am where I think I'm going, gold lipstick. But yeah, so you will find it well, it's a bit harder to heal, and you do have to be careful with knocking your feet and stuff like that, because as scary as it may sound, I mean, a friend of mine, if you're watching, hello darling, I don't want to say your name in case you don't want to be named. If you don't mind, then write in the description box, Lisa, if you want to mention me, I don't care. But bless her heart, she stubbed, I think she dropped the shower head on her, she's type 2, only type 2, she dropped the shower head on her toes. Cut long story short, they amputated her foot, and she sent me pictures, and obviously it was just her leg and then the foot, and something went wrong, and now she's been amputated up to the knee. Diabetes is no joke. It's no joke. And I sometimes tell this to other people, like, you know, you go, oh, I've got diabetes, and people don't bat an eye, they don't think nothing of it. It is serious and it is deadly. So, you know, and you can get these things happen to you. So, you know, seriously, go buy one of these. Yeah, I don't think they've given me, well, no, they haven't given me a discount code, but if they do give me one, I will get in contact with them, and if they do give me one, I will link that at the bottom of this video once they've got in contact with me. So anyway, what else did I want to talk about with it? So what will happen is, as well, when you get diabetes, some people will gain weight, some people will lose weight. Now, I have lost some weight because I'm a big bird, you know what I mean? But I was an even bigger bird back then. And for me, it makes me feel sluggish all the time. So I could sleep 24 hours a day. So even if I slept 24 hours, I could do it again. I could sleep again. I don't want to. That bleeding bike, I tell you, I'm going to have to cut him. You just want to stay in bed. Really, you could sleep your life away. Sounds like me batting. And obviously, I have the terrible, terrible problems with my bowels. Post-operative irritable bowel syndrome is what they call it. I call it, it's a cop-out, and you need to help me. But you haven't in 20 odd years, 24 years, 25 nearly, to be precise. So will be very lethargic, you don't have any energy. This is just some of the things that I've written down that, you know, I find happens to me. And really, I mean, because of my bowels, and my pains that I get, although my gallbladder, I don't think is anything to do with my diet, but then I don't know, because it all can be connected, you know what I mean, from all the pills and that you've been on. But I do feel, would it make a difference if I lost 5 stone? Would it? Apart from I'll be kicking me flaps of skin all over the place. Will it make a difference? And you lot could say, well, Lise, if it's going to make a difference to your life and help your bowels, isn't it worth it? And I think, yeah, it is worth it. But at the same time, I think I don't really, like I say, eat that much now as it is. And so maybe you could say, well, it's exercise. So, let me show you. Now, I had one of these before, and I don't know why I sold it, but I sold it. I didn't want it. But I thought, no, I'm going to get another one. So, if you look on TikTok and places like that, they're showing women using this. So, you put it around your waist. Yeah, I know, you're all going to say, oh, Lise, do it and let us see. Not on your Nelly. The boots will be flapping and sapping. Anyway, the one I had was already weighted, but this one, it isn't. it says that, because obviously that's the bit that's going to go around that middle bit that goes like this. It says put some stones or sand or something in there. So you're going to do that and then do that, I suppose. Oh, and then you've got some screws to screw it in. So that'd be your weight. But obviously at the moment, I've got some stones outside. I'm going to put the stones in it. So I'm going to try doing this because the Trampo, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't work a bit. I think it did. I'd like my waist to get that small. Wouldn't that be divine? While I'm on the subject of... Was there something else I wanted to show you? No. Look at these. They give me... Because I don't get out. Because I'm only out, like when I go hospital appointments and that. Which is, you know, whenever I go. Not out in the sun that very much. So they give me these high strength vitamin D tablets. Yeah. Anyway, so I do take these. These are of my choice. These are not being given to me. They're magnesium glycinate, malate and citrate. Because I was told that it's good for reducing the tiredness and fatigue and the muscle and nervous system function. So I've been taking them. There's not that many left. Does it help me not feel tired? No, not really. So they look like that. And then my friend Carol, she was telling me that she'd started, her and her hubby have started the apple cider vinegar. They just come through today. And what she actually said, she sent me, what is it? A link for Amazon. And she said that her and her husband are using them and that it's good for the liver. Well, as soon as she said that, it sold it to me. Because anything that's going to help me, because even, you know, unfortunately I heard a story today, someone that I know, someone they know, in their family somebody died of liver problems, a young girl, she was only 20. So when you think of things like that, it does get you thinking, do you know what I mean? Bless her, bloody bless her, God rest her soul, rest in peace. So, oh, should I get into this? Oh, yeah. Cool, blimey, they just do stink of vinegar. They look like that. Oh, I tell you, they go great on top of some chips. But you know what? I don't care what it smells like if they work. So yeah, they're the ones that I've bought. Anyway, I'm not sure I've probably said everything I need to say, but I do get a lot of brain fog, and so I pretty much just don't remember everything really. But if there is any questions that you'd like to ask me, like I say, I'm no expert. I've got type 2 diabetes. I should know more than I do. Do I research it really? No. Oh, there was one thing I did want to say though. Oh, Lise. Right. I've only had my blood sugars dip a couple of times. Now what happens, I know, because what will happen, I will start to feel really weird. You feel very faint, very I almost feel like I'm going cold and shaky. I'll start to shake, and all that my brain is telling me, it's almost like it's telling you Mars bar, Mars bar, Mars bar, Mars bar. Now they say that really you should carry some little sweeties around with you, and if that happens, if your blood sugars drop too low, just pop one in your mouth. Or they say carry around, you know, the little cans of full fat Coca-Cola, just the little cans. I myself haven't done that, and like I say, I remember one time it dropped low, I just got some Tunnocks tea cakes and I weren't even chewing them. I was like, I was just shoveling them in, which is the wrong thing to do, and I had too many, at about 3 or 4, because it's not an instant fix. As soon as you put the sweet stuff in your mouth and it goes down, it doesn't just stop you feeling like that. It does take a good 15 to 20 minutes for it to kick in, and sometimes you can feel like you're going to pass out, and you'll be really, really shaking. So obviously that's also dangerous. Is that a hypo in it? They say, I'm there, they're like, Lisa, you've got diabetes, love. This is a diabetes talk, and you don't even, I think it is iPod. But anyway, I have only had that, as I say, a couple of times, a few times. And I've had Tunnock's tea cakes one time. Another time, I think, it's always been chocolate bars. I think my sister gave me a penguin. I had one round hers. But they do say, and they've said to me, please carry either a Coke or... Oh, and I tell you, and that's something else as well. My uncle used to have these. I haven't got them myself, but I think they're called dextrose energy or something. Yeah, so you can keep them in your bag. Oh, and steer clear of things like, obviously, really sugary foods like jam. Jam will just spike you right up there. I wouldn't even bother with a diabetic jam, because now they're saying they're trying to take that off the shelves. So, and it ain't good anyway. I've tried it, it's bleh. But if you can stick to it, you know, and, you know, just basically, they don't want you to eat, listen, what they told me, they like you to eat things like a broth. Am I in the Stone Ages? Broth, right? So broth or salmon with vegetables, or salmon and salad, or chicken with no skin on, and vegetables, or chicken with salad and broth and more broth, black coffee if you want. This is what I'm saying, it's hard, it's hard. And that is why I hold my hands up to it and say, could I do better? Yeah. Do I think I'm going to do better? Maybe. Let's see what happens when Joe Haratnam, I think I'm saying her name right, secretary, gets back to me. Let's see, they might put me on some other kind of weight loss drug. And, oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. See, I told you I keep forgetting things. People could say, get that SpongeBob SquarePants bum of yours to the gym, but I can't, because the minute I start doing something like moving, the bum starts and I need to go to the toilet. So don't ask me to walk around the block, because I'm going to need a poo. Don't ask me to go to the gym. At least with this thing here, I can stay in my own house, and as I start moving and the batty starts, I can go to my nice, clean, spotless, bleeding toilet that you could eat your food off, because it's so clean, and that ain't even a joke. That ain't even a joke. You could eat your food off my toilet seat and you'd get no germs at all. I reckon there's less germs on my toilet seat than there is on some restaurant tables, and that is for sure. Anyway, listen, I've been jibber-jabbering for far too long. Please go and check out Sinocare. I will link them below if you want to just pay the $12.79. But like I say, I am going to text them now and say you didn't give me a discount code. If they get back to me between now and then and send me one, then I will link that as well. If not, like I say, it's only $12.79 anyway. And if you do need to check your, you know, blood sugars, it's well worth the money. This is so cheap. Check them out. Anyway, adios. I'll see you in my next video. By the way, before I go, I got a Temu bag through today of stuff. One of the best hauls that I reckon I'll ever do. The stuff in there is banging, absolutely banging. I was like that. I was like Candice's dad to everything that was coming out. Anyway, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.